Have you ever noticed the deep, infuriating paradox of modern life? You work hard, you clock in the hours, you skip the lunches, you sacrifice time with your family. Yet, despite all that effort, you feel stuck. You see others build wealth seemingly effortlessly, while your bank account just hovers dangerously close to zero. Here is the truth that nobody wants to tell you. The reason you are stuck is not because you are lazy or lack intelligence. It's because you have been systematically programmed to remain financially dependent since you were a child. This programming is subtle. It hides in plain sight, reinforced by schools, advertising, and even your own social circle. Today, we are going deep. I am not going to give you superficial tips like stop buying coffee. We are going after the root disease, the 7 core mindset traps keeping you in financial quicksand. I guarantee that at least 5 of these 7 hidden programs are running your life right now. My goal today is to give you the blueprint to deprogram yourself, take back control, and finally start building real, lasting wealth. Let's start with the first and perhaps most damaging program. The first way you were programmed to stay poor is by believing that wanting money makes you greedy or shallow. This is the financial lie drilled into your head by a society that needs cheap labor. Think about the phrases you heard. Money is the root of all evil, or rich people are selfish. This belief system is designed to make you feel virtuous for staying broke. It teaches you that being content with less is a moral high ground. But here is the devastating consequence. When you believe money is bad, you subconsciously push it away. You sabotage opportunities, you hesitate on investments, and you feel guilty when you finally do earn a substantial amount. The deprogram starts now. Money is not evil. Money is a tool, a powerful amplifier of who you already are. If you are a generous person, having more money gives you more power to help your family and create positive change. Embrace wealth building as a moral imperative to gain freedom and power. The second hidden program is perhaps the most insidious because it disguises itself as responsibility, prioritizing security over opportunity. You were taught the traditional life script. Go to college, find a stable job, work for 40 years and retire at 65. This path promises security, but what it delivers is complete dependence on systems you cannot control. You are dependent on your boss, on the economy, and on the government's ability to manage inflation. That is not security. That is comfortable financial imprisonment. Real wealth is built by people who seek multiple income streams and own assets that generate income, regardless of whether they show up for a 9-to-5 job. The D program. True security comes from developing valuable skills and owning assets, not from a single paycheck. The third programming pattern involves your relationship with debt. You have been conditioned to view high-interest debt as normal, even necessary, for basic life goals. Want a car? Take out a loan. Want a house? A 30-year mortgage is the only option. But let's look at the numbers and the cold, hard truth. The average monthly payment for a new car in America is over $700. That single expense alone consumes a massive chunk of your earning potential. Over 5 years, that is more than $42,000 plus interest paid for a depreciating asset. But here is the real hidden cost that will shock you. Every dollar you pay in high-interest debt is a dollar that cannot be compounding for you. If you have a credit card charging 20% interest, that is compound interest working violently against you. The rich use debt to buy assets that generate income. The programmed use debt to buy things that lose value. The D program. Treat high-interest debt like a raging house fire and attack it ruthlessly. Your goal is zero consumer debt. The fourth way you have been programmed to stay poor is through your consumer mindset. When money hits your account, your first instinct is probably to think about what you can buy with it, rather than what you can build with it. This consumer-first mindset has been carefully cultivated by decades of advertising, telling you that you deserve to treat yourself and that happiness is found in the next purchase. The entire system relies on you spending money on things that lose value. If everyone invested every spare dollar into appreciating assets, the consumption economy would crash. The wealthy think like investors. They see money as a seed that can be planted to grow a forest. The D program starts by changing the question. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this new gadget?" start asking, "What will this purchase cost me in terms of future wealth if I invested that money instead?" The fifth program involves your relationship with time, and this one is the most tragic because time is the only resource you cannot get back. You were taught to trade time for money in a linear relationship. Your income is artificially capped by the number of hours you can physically work. This is the employee mindset, exchanging time for wages. Wealthy people understand that true financial freedom comes from leveraging time, not trading it. They build systems, hire people, or invest in assets that work 24/7 without their constant presence. If you are not creating income streams that operate while you are sleeping, you are limiting your financial destiny. The D program: focus on working smarter, not just harder. Use your skills to build a scalable asset, product, or system that detaches your income from your time. The sixth programming pattern is about your social environment. We are communal creatures, and the need to belong is often stronger than the desire to be wealthy. When you start talking about investing, financial goals, or cutting off unnecessary expenses, what is the reaction from your immediate circle? Skepticism? Laughter? You're becoming obsessed with money. This social pressure is incredibly powerful. Your success often makes people around you uncomfortable with their own choices, and they will subtly or overtly try to drag you back to financial mediocrity to maintain the status quo. This is why most people never break free. They would rather maintain temporarily comfortable relationships than pursue permanent financial freedom. The D program: you must be willing to be temporarily uncomfortable socially to become permanently comfortable financially. Actively seek out communities and mentors who operate at the level you aspire to achieve. The seventh and final program is perhaps the deepest: the limiting belief about what is possible for someone like you. You have internalized a ceiling based on your background, your education, or your current circumstances. This self-imposed limitation is a form of self-sabotage. You convince yourself that wealthy people were just lucky or had advantages you lack. You tell yourself that investing is for smart people with money already. This prevents you from taking the necessary actions, educating yourself, taking calculated risks, and persisting through failure. The most insidious part is that this belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The D program: accept that your financial results are a direct reflection of your financial decisions. You are the architect of your own financial future. Education about money is your most powerful tool. Now, let's talk about the action plan. Recognizing these 7 programming patterns is just the beginning. The real challenge is deprogramming decades of conditioning. Do not try to change all 7 at once. That leads to overwhelm and failure. Instead, commit to challenging one program this week. Start with the deepest point of pain. If you are carrying high-interest debt, that is where the attack begins. If you are still trading time for money, that is where you need to start building a system. Look at the power of compounding working for you. If you are 25 and invest just $200 a month into a low-cost index fund, you will have over $1 million by age 67. If you wait 10 years, starting at 35, you lose nearly $300,000 in compound growth. The cost of waiting is brutal. Time is not just money, it is leverage. So, here is the challenge. Change your internal dialogue today. Stop thinking, "I can't afford it," and start asking, "How can I afford it by generating value?" Stop saying, "I'm not good with money," and start saying, "I am learning to be better with money every single day." Remember this: your financial situation is not a secret. It is a direct reflection of your habits and beliefs. By deprogramming these 7 hidden traps, you are not just saving money, you are building an entirely new foundation for true freedom. Your future self deserves better than the comfortable cage society built for you. Start the deprogramming process now. Comment below with the number of the program you are committed to destroying this week. And if you want to know the next step to accelerate your wealth building, make sure you subscribe. In my next video, I will reveal the 3 only assets the truly wealthy are buying right now and why they give you the maximum leverage against this financial system. See you in the next video.